Hello all, this is Balaji. In my previous video, we have seen different types of locator, that is ID, name, link test, partial link test, CSS selector or XPath. So in today's video, we will see more about the XPath because this is frequently asked question in the interview. So in general, what is XPath? XPath is a XML path used to find the location of the element on the web page using HTML or DOM structure. So we will see how to find out the XPath, what are the different tricks to find the XPath. Uh, so as of now, you can say that XPath, using XPath, you can locate to any one of the element which are present on a web page. So there will be two types of XPath. One is absolute XPath and one is a relative XPath. So absolute XPath is XPath based on HTML source from HTML tag. So the syntax is to write the absolute path is like this: HTML body div tag, or you need to write from root. So let's take example. I'll give you the example of that as well. Okay, so you wanted to find out the XPath of this element. Just right click on this, go to inspect element, copy, and just copy XPath. Okay, so paste it in. Okay, so if you see this, the XPath is calculated from root HTML body div tag div4 div1 and so on. But let's take example. This is not a recommended way to use the XPath because let's take example. Developer has added few more div tags. Okay, so this div tag will get changed and your XPath will get disturbed at the time of execution. So absolute XPath is not recommended to use, and because it will be a problematic at the time of execution and you need to change the XPath again and again whenever there is changes in the web page. So another type is a relative XPath. So relative XPath always start with the forward double forward slash, which means that it can search element anywhere at the web page. If you see the simple example of absolute or relative XPath, then we can say like that. Suppose you know that on your D drive there is a folder called Balaji. Under the Balaji there is a file called, suppose, selenium.txt file. So you know the exact location of this file. Okay, then in that case, how can you write the path? My computer, D drive, then Balaji, then selenium.txt file. Okay, but let's take example on your E drive. There are a lot of files. Okay, and you want it, you can go directly instead of going from my computer. You can directly go to the D drive and you use the search method to find the Balaji suppose selenium.txt file. The same way, relative path you can find out from anywhere. Okay, and there are certain rules which you need to follow as a part of relative XPath. So in my example, I have given like that double slash tag name at the rate attribute is equal to value. Okay, so the tag name can be anything: input tag, button, image, or etc. Okay, attribute can be ID, name, class name. So in a practical example, I'll show you one example how to find out. Okay, this is the my page. I'll just copy my previous XPath. Okay, just right click on this. Okay, suppose this is my, I wanted to calculate XPath with this ID. This is a form tag. So what we will do, we will check our example double slash. So there is a way to find the XPath in Chrome, that is just type $x. Okay, then double quote double slash, then what is tag name? Tag name is form. Okay, in angular bracket you need to mention at the rate attribute is id. Okay, equal to attribute value you need to give. Okay, so if you highlight this, you are able to see that this portion, contacts portion, is getting highlighted. Okay, so what I mean to say that what we have written, this form is a tag name, okay, which you have given in the example. Tag name at the rate attribute is equal to value. So my attribute would be a this attribute is equal to id and value is v contact form. So in this way we can write the xpath. And okay, so you got, I guess, a little bit idea what is a relative xpath. And we will discuss few more things about relative xpath, because relative xpath you can say dynamic xpath. So what I mean to say that dynamics, whenever there will be a actually changes in the web page, done by DOM automatically. So this ID, suppose the ID which you have used here, suppose contact form. So in the next time it is coming, suppose contact 123 or contact 567. So how can we handle, because this value, this attribute value is getting changed frequently. So there are certain tricks which you need to follow that we will discuss now. Okay, the first thing is that XPath with tag name and attribute. Okay, so which we have already discussed by using tag name at the rate attribute is equal to value we can give. Okay, and this second method is XPath without tag name. So let's example this. If you wanted to find out tag name without text, okay, what I mean to that tag name without text. So let's example you wanted to find out this value, suppose the name of this person you wanted to find out. So basically there is a syntax I have written how to do that. Use the double slash, then tag name, then contents at the rate attribute comma value. So the same way we'll try to find out. $x, okay, then we need to use contents, okay, curly braces, then you need to give at the rate, sorry, you need to use text, okay, equal to, suppose, Gajanan Jadhav. So something missing in my export, just give me a second. Okay, it is giving, and if you highlight this, okay, it is giving Gajanan Jadhav. So what I mean to say that whenever you wanted to validate some of the text which are present on a web page, so what we need to use contents method. Okay, and there is another use of contents method is that, let's take example, in my description I have written like that it is used when value of the attribute just changes dynamically. Okay, what I mean to say that dynamically, so let's take example, this is Gajan in my previous video, also in my previous statement I have said using the text weaker. So I know only the partial text, that is Gajanan, and I would like to find out with this. So it is giving me two value because there will be two Gajanan. This one, yeah, this is Gajanan Jadhav and Gajanan Sam. That's the reason it is giving two. Okay, so in this way you can find out. So let's take example, you wanted to find out the unique value. Okay, then you just mention Hadoop. Again it is giving me three value. Just let me change. So basically what I mean to say that uh, The contains method will be used when you know the partial text, okay, and you don't know the full text. So in that case, the contains method will be used. This has ability to find out whenever partial text had been given. Okay, something missing. Just this. So what is changing here? Contains of the text is equal to, the statement is correct, but still why it is giving. Let me check. I guess my DOM has refreshed. Just give me a second.